Lately my thoughts got me distant. Darker days filling up darker minds. Stuck in this room that keeps spinning, wondering how you been, where you hide. Late night drinking, wishful thinking, what if you were here? Morning waking, heart still aching, something about the way you make me feel. I don't wanna mess up your night, I don't wanna put up a fight, I don't wanna trouble you, babe, but I gotta say, I don't wanna waste no more time trying to shake the feelings inside.
Well, first of all, listen, it's interesting about all these young guys today. They never call on us and say, hey, thanks for the kind word and telling me how great a player I am. But when they play like crap and we call them out, we don't know what we're talking about. Listen, I'm easy to find.
Cut it off! I am having a very bad day. I am in no mood. This, today, is one of the worst days that I've had in a long time. I'm not in the mood to play with anybody. I mean, damn it! I'm ticked off!
This is what's great about sports. This is what the greatest thing about sports is. You play to win the game. Hello? You play to win the game. You don't play to just play it. That's the great thing about sports. You play to win. And I don't care if you don't have any wins. You go play to win. When you start telling me it doesn't matter, then retire. Get out. Because it matters.
Skip, good Lord, thank the good Lord I am on FCC airwaves. I thank the good Lord. It's hard to take, man. I don't understand it. I don't understand how these dudes put themselves in this situation. I truly do not understand it. That's the kindest way I can put it. I think to go any further than that, Skip, I might lose it. I ain't gonna lie.
Okay.
I'm just not gonna lie to you.
Welcome. Episode 29, Season 10, Big Nate Sports Talk Podcast. As you see in the previous video, my mood has not been really great all day today. Because not only the Ravens lose, but the Washington Commanders went to the city of Detroit and played those Detroit Lions. Before we get into that, be tuned for episode 30. That's the season finale, season 10, recapping Las Vegas Aces beating the Connecticut Sun in 4. 30 episodes, 10 seasons in, man. I can't do that. I can't say enough how much the support I've been getting. I appreciate the new subscribers joining me. Much appreciated. You're gonna get great content, great commentary. Again, I just say please share the videos, share the podcast, Apple, Google, Spotify. Just share. It's all love. I really do appreciate it. In this video, we painfully have to recap the Washington Commanders losing to the Detroit Lions 36-27.
What was that? What the hell was that? I'm sorry the H words and the D words aren't appropriate over the airways, but it's going to be today. I don't know how much more of this I can take.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Every single time, man, something goes wrong. Nothing. I'm be cool. See, this is what I'm trying to say, man. They make me sick. Nothing ever gets done. It just never freaking ends. Oh!
Shout out to Sean Spencer, Will Kramer, Washington Football Weekly. I doubt that they'll watch this. They'll see this video. But if they do, they know where I'm coming from. Where do I begin? We saw the number 1 overall pick and the second overall pick in the 2016 draft. I believe from the first 2 meetings in 2017 and 2020, they split those meetings. Both had good games. Washington in the first half put themselves in a very, very tough situation, but they cleaned some things up. When I look at the game, Jared Goff threw 4 touchdowns. Carson Wentz threw 3 touchdowns. It's interesting. Carson Wentz, according to this stat, he's the first quarterback, I want to say since 1950, where he's thrown at least 300 yards and 2 touchdowns in the first 2 games. I really don't even know where to really begin. I really don't. I'll start with the first half. It was looked disastrous. We just couldn't really get anything at all going. We were down 22-0, and we didn't get a first down until the 5-minute and 45-second mark in the first half. They had this god awful trash. I don't know. That trick play was trash. It didn't work, and ended up punting the ball. In this modern day NFL, when you are down 3 touchdowns, you would think the white flag would go up. And even in the first half, the defense wasn't much as better. But we'll get into that in a minute. I thought the offensive line did a horrendously bad job protecting Carson Wentz. He was sacked 5 times. He was completely just uncomfortable in the pocket. I mean, the second overall pick had 3 sacks on Carson Wentz. Aiden Hutchinson. Sam Cosmi looked like a baby. Charles Harris. I mean, they had no answers. And the running game, Antonio Gibson only had 28 yards on 14 carries. And painfully, Chase Roulier has to go on the IR.
Relationship with your
Oh
children.
my God.
Jesus. I mean, this is what bothers me a little bit. We blew some opportunities. We had chances to win this game. I mean, where do I start? I'm gonna stick with the offense. I mean, start off with the kick return, end up at the 16. I mean, I just feel like the offense was just sloppy. It just looked. We looked completely flat. We looked undisciplined. I mean, there was a couple of times where there was one possession where Carson Wentz had Cam Sims on on a route and he completely overthrew him. There was I think in that next play, delay of the game. I just the offense. It didn't take until the second half for somebody to wake up and go, we have to get this together. I mean, I thought the 4 touchdowns that we had in the second half, I thought were key because we got the key. We got some stops, but we started making plays. Jahan Dobson, and then made a 40-yard play. Carter Samuel had the touchdown to make it 22-7. And Logan Thomas had a good play. And then also too, like I would say that the only time that the offense played really great was the drive where it was with Terry McLaurin, where he caught a 35-yarder, if I'm saying that correctly, and then Curtis Samuel caught one, and they had gone down the field 94 yards in 7 plays, had a 2-point conversion and cut it down to 7 with a 22-15, and then felt like momentum was going in the right direction, and defense, and just going to go back and forth. I thought the Saint. I thought defensively we looked very, very disappointing. From a defensive standpoint, we completely had no answers on defense. And some of this I'm going to put some blame on Ron Rivera. I'm going to put some blame on Jack Del Rio, and I'm going to blame some blame on Mr. Mayhew because there's nothing to work with. You had your corners are getting burnt like toast. No answer whatsoever. Not only was Amon St. Brown a problem, but DeAndre Swift, okay? And then, to cut the lead to 7 and then turned around and then allowed Detroit to go 75 yards on 4 plays. And then the play where Jared Goff, who was under pressure, he threw this floater to DeAndre Swift, and then you saw him fall and avoided getting touched by Bobby McCain and Kendall Fuller, and then he scores. How does that happen? How? Amon St. Brown finished the game with 9 catches, 116 yards, and 2 touchdowns. The lack, just like Baltimore, lack of a pass rush. Who was going up against an offensive line that missed three starters. One of them, and shout out his name, Skip, I forgot his last name. His first start as an NFL center, never played the game of football, did his job. Jared Goff was sacked 3 times, but for the most part, the whole game, no issues. These corners. Kendall Fuller and William Jackson III. I am sorry. We got to start calling some dudes out because this is ridiculous. They are liabilities on the defensives as corners. How many times do you go back and look? You Kendall Fuller and William Jackson III were literally trailing in coverage behind Detroit's receivers. William Jackson he was okay. But they're veterans. Probably arguably right now, Brendan St. Just is probably their best corner right now through the 2 games. But as far as these two,
they are trash. Horrible.
I don't know what else you want me to say. This was some of the most, that was disappointing. I mean, positives, I give Scott Turner his credit. I mean, they did make the adjustments in the second half, but I mean, to watch them beat a team, and unfortunately, I mean, yeah, a team to come back and beat Jacksonville, but I mean, the Lions are nothing to sneeze at. I mean, I know coming into the game, there were some things we had to watch out for: how to contain DeAndre Swift, Hawkinson, St. Brown, Reynolds, and those guys. But I mean, to just see no one lighting a, like, just like I said in the previous video with Baltimore, nobody lighting a fire under somebody's ass and saying, we got to get together. Like, and I know this has been talked about again. Shout out to Sean Spencer and Will Kramer. The special teams as well did not have the greatest game as well. Joey Sly, we all know he was signed to replace Chris Blewett. But he missed, to me, what was a pivotal extra point in the fourth quarter to make it a one possession game. The onside kick that he attempted traveled 5 yards. Dax Milliner. Special teams did okay, but otherwise he didn't really do that well. I mean, I hate to say this, but I wish St. Brown was with Washington. I wish he was with Baltimore too. There are days where I look at that. I really, really don't know what else I can say other than, like, I gotta really start taking these one game at a time. I can't go into each game hyped and say, oh, X, Y, and Z. Like, to see, we did, watching the offensive line do to allow the number one overall pick Jacksonville, Trayvon Walker, to have interception and a sack. Aiden Hutchinson had 3 sacks. I'm curious to know what is going to happen when we play the Houston Texans next week. Mr. Derek Stingley Jr., numbers 1, 2, and 3 picked in this previous draft. I'm just curious. I mean, oh my God. I really, really don't know what else I could say. Other than it was a very disappointing loss. I think the Lions have now won the last, how many is it? I think I want to say 6 of the last 7 games. I know it was like 5 straight in Detroit, I think, since back to 2009. I mean, some other stats that I had, we were 3-3 in the red zone. Detroit was 4-6. We controlled time of possession. Looking at these stats, I thought the eyesore was the total yards just going into halftime. We only had 56 yards compared to Detroit's 250. We held the ball. They held the ball 5 more minutes than us. I mean, look, I'm looking at these other guys. I mean, St. Brown led, like I said, 116 yards, 2 touchdowns. Even though we spread the ball, I mean, everyone got pretty much touches on the ball. McKissick, Samuel, Dobson, Thomas, all did their jobs. But I really, really don't know. My mood is very, very different because my patience literally is very thin today. And again, it's another game that we we were, how can I say this? We were our own victim. I mean, I felt like even though we played better in the second half, we made some adjustments, but we shot ourselves in the own foot. Not only did defensively Detroit made the adjustments, but the plays that didn't work, we took time off the clock. And then like I just think the time management, particularly trying to come back, that killed us. I think that also hurt. And we have to be better than what that was. And we're going against the Houston team. They are very scrappy. They're young. But someone gonna take some accountability for this one. I'm really curious to know how Sean Spencer, Will Kramer feel when they do Washington Football Weekly. I shout out to Sean Spencer. I watched Let's Talk Football with Sean and Janae Struther. That was just a taste of what you're going to see Wednesday, because
I mean, this is some bad stuff. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to say. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know how much more of this I can take. I just don't know. This is ridiculous. Oh, Lord.
I mean, a couple of things I think you could also take away from this as well is that I think this offense for Washington is going to be very interesting. I think there's a lot of I see it has potential to be very, very dynamic. I think the biggest issue is consistency. My concern is the offensive line now, because now that Rullier is going out there, I mean, yeah, he got sacked 5 times, but they made improvements. But I truly, the offense I'm not concerned about. The defense is a question mark, because I just, there's just struggles. And I don't see anybody getting a fire lit under them being called out and say, you got to play better. I don't see that. Because these are the guys that he's put together. And I'll be honest, Chase Young, when he comes back, that ain't that's not fixing none of this. Like, and I can't put all the blame on Jack Del Rio. I got to look at Ron Rivera too. Because Ron Rivera, he did have some GM responsibilities, and he did somewhat put this team together. I don't know what else I can say. I mean, I think we've showed that when it counts, we don't know how to respond. I mean, we know how to respond in situations, but not consistent. I mean, their pass rush, we had no answer for in the first half, but we adjusted to it. Like, and again, I'm not calling for the man's job, but I don't know. I'm not confident in Joey Sly going forward. And I'm looking at the pool of kickers. There's nobody really out there that screams, sign him. I am legitimately hurt. I really am, because not only did I watch a 28-point lead in Baltimore get taken away, but to watch another team go to Detroit. And I would think, even though Detroit is not what they were the last few years, we know they're now a little bit more competitive. But the fact to just see Washington the Commanders shoot themselves in the foot again. The little silly mistakes, lack of adjustments, and here we are again. And I get it. It's week 2. We got 16 weeks left to go. But that was embarrassing.
I just don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. This is disgusting. It's disgraceful. It's embarrassing. And I'm ticked off. It don't make any sense. This is unacceptable. Unacceptable. And something needs to be done about it. Quick, fast, and in a hurry.
So shout out to the Detroit Lions. Great win. We have to prepare for Philadelphia. And I'm not looking forward to that game. I don't want to really talk about it. Oh my gosh. It's actually interesting too. Fun fact. Leave this stat on your head. Washington has lost its first 2 games of the season now 3 times. That's happened now 3 years since Ron's been here. I couldn't believe that stat when I saw it. So that really is going to conclude the video in this podcast episode. I'm going to go cool off for a little bit because today was just really not a good day, and particularly watching what happened this weekend, and just wonderful football. I don't know what else I can say other than
play better. Period. And the great thing is it's right in front of us. It's right here, and we can fix it. It's right here. It's there, and we can run away with this thing. Do it. We got to do it. You know. If we don't score, tough to win. And I'll answer these same questions. Am I perplexed? Yeah, I am. We got to do better. And we got the pen. Reggie tells me all the time, we got the pen. We get to write the script the rest of the way. No one else can get in our way if we go play our game. And that's what we got to do. But we got to, stop talking about it. We got to go do it.
Now, if you want to crown them, then crown their ass. But they are who we thought they were. And we let them off the hook.
And I think that it can transition us into our last segment of the episode.
Incoming message.
Final message. Look, sports is all love. I love talking about it. We can agree to disagree. There's a passion to having sports, but sometimes your team will piss you off, and that is okay. The most important thing is to never let your emotions get the best of you, but more importantly, that sometimes this is what teams like the Commanders and Ravens will do to you. They will stress you out to the core and make you frustrated. I wish I could play the clip. Shout out to Sean Spencer, who was at Ford Field and had to witness that. My sincere condolences. Oh my gosh. You know what? Can I play this clip really quick? I'm sorry.
What the hell
I need to get ready for episode 30. I'm gonna cool off a little bit. This hurts. This stings. This is not like last year, but this hurts. This really hurts. This stings. And we'll be okay, but what a way to start your week off, huh? Be tuned in for future episodes, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate you for tuning in. Be tuned in for episode 30, season finale, Big Nate Sports Talk podcast. Season 11, that'll most likely start with Thursday Night Football. We'll see. Might start earlier than that, but yeah, man. Appreciate the support. Like, comment, subscribe. I will catch you guys on the flip side. Y'all have a good night. See you in episode 30.
I want you to understand. Don't ask me a damn question. Don't ask me anything. You sound off. I'm going to eat some cheese doodles. That's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to eat some cheese doodles. I don't care. I got a bag of cheese doodles right here in my hand. Y'all go ahead and y'all sound off. If y'all hear me crunching in the background, this is what I do when I'm stressed. Some people squeeze a ball. Some people go, and they kickboxing or they work out and all this other stuff.
I'm going to reiterate my comments right here, right now. The clock is officially ticking. The honeymoon is over. Damn your feelings. Who gives a damn? You got a job to do. And the job ain't even a championship. It's to be respectable. And you can't even do that?
But I get sick of these guys complaining. These young guys, they never call us and say, when a coach is wrong, I'm going to call him out. But when players are wrong, I'm going to call them out. Thanks for the kind words. But listen, I'm going to criticize guys if they deserve it. And listen, they can kiss my ass if they don't like it.
Thank you for tuning in to Big Nate Sports Talk. If you enjoyed that episode and you want to see more content, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Bring your sports game on Big Nate Sports Talk.
Living for weekends, wishing I could take a break from this world. Running on a hamster wheel, but searching for something I can't feel. I just